What's going on, guys? It's your boy Humble Warrior checking in back in with you. Um, Today I was scrolling across Facebook and saw that Tua was actually doing a workout. I don't know where exactly, but they just put up like three pictures showing him running, showing him with an elastic waistband, being accompanied by a trainer who's providing the pressure for him to try to go faster and harder as he's pulling weight. And then they showed a snapshot of him actually uh, his throwing motion or whatever. Hence the with the quote saying work. Quit, boy, stop. So he's actually preparing for a Kyson, stop. He's actually preparing for a great um up and coming training camp. Um his work ethic to me was never in question. It's more so um it was his decision making on the field and his well, I guess some people say his accuracy, some people say athleticism. But again, it's been harped on I don't know how many times, but he came off a major hip injury or required surgery, and he only rehabbed. So this is the first step in him trying to build his body back to where he wants it to be at. Right now, from what I understand from another YouTuber, he's currently at 210 pounds, whereas in Alabama he's at 217. Possibly, hopefully, he can get up to 220, which would be very, very good weight for him. Um, I do feel like I posted on Facebook, he has a lot to prove, but not to him. He has more to prove to himself than to his doubters. Um, he's also trying to propel the offense forward, which wasn't ranked great last season, and some of that was due to a young offensive line, um, bad receiving play, and no running game to speak of whatsoever. Which is why the question of Najee Harris at 18 gets keep popping up. So as far as Tua goes, he is a very vital piece to their success. I don't know why they keep entertaining these rumors about Watson, but I'm not saying Deshaun won't help the team because he certainly will. But again, as I put in my other video, you give up a lot in trying to go get him, and I feel like Tua has proven that he can actually get the job done. Now, does he have work to do? Absolutely. He realizes that himself, which is why he stated in his interviews like, "I'm disappointed with myself, but he's basically, without saying so many words, going to redeem what he did last season, which is why I said 3,000 plus yards, 25 to 30 touchdowns, and maybe five picks, maybe. But I mean, he's at 64%. He was pretty damn accurate last season. Um, he didn't throw the ball as much because they took the ball out of his hand in certain situations. But I feel like his play on the field dictated whether they won or lost. And a lot of those games they won because he was putting the ball on the money. Now, yeah, people could say he had a great defense, which he did. I don't take nothing away from defense. But if your offense doesn't produce points and drives and first downs, and I don't care what kind of defense you got, it's going to wilt. That's why the offense is important. They have to be able to sustain drives and put points on the board and give the defense time and rest on the sideline so they can build up the energy to go out and produce stops and get turnovers so they can continue to score on their end. But without that element, it's going to become one dimensional, which is why the Bills pretty much put them to sleep in the second quarter by scoring 28 straight points. Um, Now they could say, "Oh, well, Tua played like crap," but in the same token, he had no running game to speak of. His receivers kept dropping the ball in most of the game. And the second half, as I said before, I think Tua just at that point he just said, "Forget it." I'm just chuck it, and that's what he did. Most of it was inaccurate, which is why he had three picks. Well, no, correction. Two of them was inaccurate. That's why he had two picks. And the other pick was Devontae Parker failed, and he threw what he's supposed to be, and the guy, caught it and ran it back. That was a pick six. But of course, people put that to him. Whatever. Um, I personally think he's gonna prove a lot of people wrong next season. I also think they may go 12-4. I also think they have great potential to make it to the AFC Championship game, possibly even the Super Bowl. I mean, they have that much talent on both sides of the ball to do so. Now, as far as the draft goes, I really want them to draft Devontae Smith because of his smooth ability to get open, his route running, his technique, his proper positioning of his body, where he can separate himself from the defender. He also knows where the sideline is or the back of the end zone. So I love his DNA as a receiver is amazing. You know, some people compare him to Jerry Rice. That's you, but after watching him grow up at Alabama, like his playing style, watching him mature as a player, he has come a great length. He's made a lot of progress as a receiver from that, jaw dropping national championship catch that he made as a freshman to winning the Heisman Trophy and the offensive player MVP, along with the Associated Player of the Year award, and a bunch of other things he won as a either he was a junior or a senior. I think he's a senior. Yeah, as a senior at Alabama. He came a long way. So he's only 22, so he's only gonna get better, especially being a professional football player. But I think the Dolphins would gain a lot more in getting him because one, you would open the offense at a whole new level because now teams got to account for him, Gronkowski, Parker, Wilson, and then that will do what open up the lanes for the running backs. This is all assuming the offensive line continues to gel and get better and get to a time. Now, as the pass game progresses, the running game will follow because those lanes gonna be open. Because if you're playing coverage, not a running back can pick and choose what he's trying to run. And he can slip right by the linebacker and keep going to the second level before you know you're chasing him down the field because he's on the score. So it's gonna make their offense much more difficult to stop. Now they can't be too heavy on Devontae, so it will become a situation where they will have to implement him in segments. Throw something to him, throw something to Parker, Gronkowski, Wilson. Getting other people involved, but also remembering that you got a running back, you got a reliable tight end in Gronkowski, who's a tight end slash receiver. He's basically a hybrid, but you have him, you have Bolden, you know, you have other proven commodities out there that you can, sling the ball around and put up, gaudy numbers and put teams out their misery. So it's gonna be interesting this summer. I think Tua is gonna improve his body, put on better weight, lean muscle, get faster, get stronger, have a much more quicker release, better mechanics, better pocket awareness, better feet. I think the entire gamut is going to come out with him because, for one, he's heard all the naysayers. He heard it all. You know, people literally on social media has drug this kid's name through the mud. So believe me, he's coming, and I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show. I'm going to follow his progression, with his workouts and training camp and stuff like that to make sure he doesn't get hurt. But I still think he's going to be a great, great quarterback. As a matter of fact, I think he's going to be elite. I really think next season he's going to be a very elite quarterback, possibly in the top five, maybe even the top 10. As long as he reaches the top 10, there you go. He reached the top 10. Hell, if he reaches the top five, that's going to shut a lot of people up. Because at that point, you have reached the status to where you're going to put some respect on my name. Or I'm going to come over there and I'm going to embarrass you and your squad. And I know Tua doesn't have that mentality, but on the field, he does. He's that of, he has that Tom Brady mentality. He's not a sore loser. He's a very humble sportsman, but he still can come out there and kill you and still shake your hand at the end of the game because it's all love off the field. On the field is war. That's the way he treats it, and that's the way it should be treated. But I feel like he's gonna have a dynamic season, and the work that he's doing right now is gonna actually only make him better. It's gonna strengthen his mechanics, his footwork, his quickness, and the rapport with his receivers will get better as long as they're willing to come out there and put in the work with him because he's going to be out there. Now, hopefully, the Parker and them, and hopefully Parker and Gukowski and Bolden and all them other guys will get together with him and work out this summer. Like, damn, a 3-4 month vacation. You can do 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the max, but then Bring your ass out here so we can get this work in. So we can be the cream of the crop come next season. So we can be top tier, ready to go, and be lighting these defenses up. Because that's all people want to see. They do not want to see them come out there and lay eggs or not move the ball. Granted, it does happen. It's football. It's going to be drives where you stall out, but they want to see you guys put points on the board. They want to see you guys run up the score to a degree and keep a balanced attack at doing it. But they also want to see Tua rise to the occasion and become the leader everybody sees him becoming, which he will. I have no doubt that he will. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on him working out and what I think is going to transpire. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And oh yeah, check out my boy Gambino Fitness. He's doing a product called Spark. It's actually pretty good. I don't try it myself, but I mean, my wife does it. She loves it. So if you have time, scroll on over to the Gambino Effect and check out his product, check out his videos. Very good content, and he's gonna be a YouTuber that's up and coming. Um, if you like what you just heard, like, subscribe. Just let me know what you think, man. All right, peace.